Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction to read through for Boku no Hero Academia, chapters 414, 415, and 416. Like I said last time, I kind of just want to, even if the videos are shorter, I kind of just want to do 3 chapters at a time, because it feels like we're just so close to catching up. It seems like we're like right here catching up, and I don't know. I don't want to catch up and then be left waiting each week for more chapters and then only getting to react for like less than 10 minutes if the chapter is short. Like I said, what I'll probably do and what people suggested was to just wait for 3 chapters to come out and do 3 chapters at a time. But at the same time, like we're just so close to catching up. I don't know. So I'm holding back a little. I'm holding back. I'm gonna try to stop myself after 3. I have a very tough time lately stopping myself from reading during videos, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to hold back, try to rein myself in, and just do up to 416. So let's start out this time. Last time was incredibly good. I think at first, and people in the comments were saying the same thing, at first I thought My Hero Academia's finale, I'm like, maybe we jumped into it too quickly, we should have had more time, maybe we should have built Izuku and him getting these powers more, maybe we should have had a few more arcs. I was like, are we jumping into it too quickly? And then when the beginning parts happened, I was like, well, this is kind of weak. This is a little weak. This isn't the strongest the series has been. So I thought it was kind of letting me down a little bit. But then as it went along, all of that early stuff turned out to not really be the finale stuff. It was just setup for the real finale stuff. And when we get into the real finale stuff, I do think the Dabi and Todoroki family stuff was not the absolute strongest, but that's kind of one of the absolute strongest subplots throughout the entire series. And it's like, we've just gotten like good stuff out of that subplot for like the entirety of the series. So like, even if the finale wasn't the most incredible thing, that's kind of because instead of shoving all the development into the finale, the development was kind of spread out a lot more. Plus, we already had Shoto and Dabi moments earlier in the arc. We already had Endeavor and All for One moments, and Endeavor's incredible. But then, man, some of the stuff we've gotten since then. I think the Bakugo and All for One stuff was incredible. And not just the Bakugo and All for One stuff, it's like a cascade. The All for One and Endeavor stuff, incredible. Moving on to All for One and the like heroes helping out, incredible. Then All for One into All Might and Stain, incredible for All Might and Stain. Now moving it into Bakugo to finish it off was incredible. And then I still think the highlight is either between that, because I think that is so good. It's between that and the Uraraka and Toga stuff. The Uraraka Toga stuff was so good. Also, bringing back certain characters, Stain having his moments was great. I think Gentle's stuff was some of the absolute best. So really, it has just been firing on all cylinders. This stuff happening right now with Izuku and Shigaraki has been so good. So yeah, sorry, long intro aside, I just wanted to gush over how good this has been lately. Let's start reading though. We have Izuku with his Black Whip reinforcement. Summary so far. Beating Shigaraki would mean winning the war. Unfortunately, pitting strength against strength is a losing prospect when facing the villain's overwhelming decay and regeneration. Hence the second's last-ditch proposal to transfer One for All to Shigaraki, and thereby strike at the existing scar on his inner spirit. Now Deku has summoned the resolve to part ways with the power he inherited, which again is something that is so incredible, because again, just going back through and editing last week's video, it just hit me even harder how this is Izuku had nothing and then was granted this power. This power has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. And now Izuku, who has had to build himself up and learn all the different quirks, which sadly, again, we didn't get to see most of on screen, which is like like why I'm like, maybe we did need another arc or two, but now Izuku has to break down, has to lose these quirks, has to give up the hope that he was given, the power that he worked for 400 plus chapters to make his own. He said, I'm going to make this power my own. He has to give that up, to give that away in order to try to beat Shigaraki, and may end up in the end, Izuku might end up being the greatest quirkless hero. He might just end up quirkless at the end. And then there was always the chance that, I was like, with the quirk singularity stuff, there was always the chance that everyone would lose their quirks and humanity, like the world of My Hero Academia, would just return to a normal world without quirks. But I don't think that's happening at this stage anymore, because it seems like we're kind of too close to the end for something like that. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't think that's happening anymore. But either Izuku could end up with no quirk, or we could, everybody's been saying from the beginning of the series, what if he actually secretly had one, just like, what's his name, Shoichi, the original. What if he actually secretly still had a quirk? So what if Izuku at some point busts out, he secretly did have one? He's using Black Whip to force his beaten, busted body to keep moving. He's instantly putting to use an idea he came up with in the heat of battle. What a wild way to utilize that quirk. That's perfect. He's not driven by duty, rather as respect and admiration for quirks on the whole. No matter what happens to me, that's what this power is for. Man. Make one for all shine even brighter. And then number 414, overlay. I'll have to cope with Shigaraki's speed without the use of the second's gear shift. I'll be delivering the second to him full on. This gamble's all we've got left. To transfer one for all, the person you want to receive it has to take in some of your DNA. Really, it doesn't matter what it is as long as you get my DNA. One for all can only transfer if its holder wills it to. It can be given to an unwilling recipient. It can't be given. Wait. Yeah, I think that's a translation error. I think it should be it can't be given to an unwilling recipient. Or maybe it can be. It can be given to an unwilling recipient, but the holder has to will it to. Bruce and I came up with that theory and put it into practice. Man, this brings back memories. Long past our own deaths, we're still beholden to our duty. Blood will serve as the transfer agent when it enters an open wound. But thanks to his regen, Shigaraki's wounds don't last for long. The only viable opening is the moment of impact. I'm barely conscious after the recoil from gear shift, but I've got to land this next hit precisely. During that last attack, something gave me the heebie-jeebies, so I sliced off my own arm just before he could. Okay, this is Shigaraki thinking that. And now he's got some scheme. Crippling agony all over, trouble breathing, and that state a normal person would focus on clinging to life. Yeah, a normal person. Sure, fine. As long as it takes, I'll keep destroying. You, this country, everything. And they go in towards each other. This is where I transfer it. I kill you. The sixth smokescreen. I'm the most useless right now. Huh? Why? All I need's a dose of decay. Then no matter what you're plotting, you'll have to defend. And he pulls up the earth he's touching, using the chains, ripping up the earth to keep decay from spreading. But when did he grab such a massive chunk? Right, when the kiddo was sent flying, he shot strands of black chain underground and carved up the earth itself, all to prep for the next round, like UA's anti-decay strat, huh? And then he sees him from behind and grabs only his cape? The decoy tactic from the sniper battle? Huh? But the light shown by my search quirk is pointing to this thing. Blood? Search zeroed in on his blood. Hold on. This light isn't Midoriya at all. Where is he? Ah, sure. I get it now. Too late. And he's charging in close. Search indicates the location of those the user's seen. We gambled on the possibility that search would register the other successors. Oh, my intention to transfer the second allowed him to split off and reside in my blood. By launching that blood straight at Shigaraki, I fell off his radar and created an opening to get up in his face. I exploited the fact that he can track me, plus a handy smokescreen, and made him misjudge my position for this sneak attack. Huh? No, I'm sure they had awesome quirks. Rather, his respect and admiration for quirks on the whole. Ninth, says N. My body rejects what's coming. It can't afford to take this hit. And he punches him straight in the chest. What a shot. Don't let it weigh on you. I was only ever a phantom anyway. My mind and will have passed to him, but before he can make me his own, and he crashes in to the lump of lead within Shigaraki. He looks shocked. In person, you're super gross, dude. Whoa, this handsy guy is friends with Mr. Staney? Right, I want to join your League of Villains. Man, I want to join too, your League of Villains. And I got chills. It's when he first met them. Huh? But I want to be a hero too. And oh man, I got chills even harder. We have Todoroki. I'm only here because Stain inspired me to take action. The sports festival? Round 2 against Todoroki. And Spinner? What the hell? Your memories are blending together, I suppose. Ninth, don't let up. Huh? Sixth, it's working. The second pulled it off. But it wasn't enough. So keep it coming. And he rears back again. Man. This is like really touching and beautiful. It's like somber. Him punching the quirks into Shigaraki and tearing into each of their memories. And seeing these things, these people that are important to Shigaraki. Something more than just destruction. Man. Okay, let's go to 415. I just feel like it's going to be so hard to stop. 415 starts with Tsuyu and Mineta back at USJ. Number 415, Rejection. Their memories are blending. The resonance between my brother's factor and One for All was already building at a rapid rate. How can I see them now? And now, after Leader's transfer attack, that resonance has reached a critical point. In order to claim One for All as his own, my brother sought its soul. But, despite all the absurd power he amassed, that soul resides right here. Now face the mightiest villain, with armor forged from untold malice and hatred, putting a stop to such a heinous calamity always was, the very reason we've been woven into this chain of power. We are here now. And we see the quirk factors in his hand as he punches. And as he punches them, we see Nomu and Shigaraki going after them in USJ. Good job, you two, to wound the pride of the symbol of peace. And then we have him going in and attacking, and Kurogiri between them. Shigaraki, Midoriya! And they're having their final battle moment, crashing into each other. We see all the other users that are left. Or actually, not even the ones that are left, because that's... Oh no, that might be All Might. I was going to say that's fourth, isn't it? But it might be All Might. But he punches them, and we see them all go crashing through the lead within him. The transfer of One for All got bounced back. Oh, and yeah, we see it getting pushed back into his arm. It did damage, though. The scumbag rejected us. Should have known this might happen, considering his will was strong enough to steal one of us away. Only the sixth, N, got through, and just barely. We have to thank him for that latest damage. Okay, we have him to thank for that latest damage. Meaning he couldn't completely shut himself away. If only those growing hands and fingers could receive the transfer. But no, this attempt only went through the moment I broke past the fingers and struck his chest. Transferring through the fingers won't work, like they're dead nails or a layer of grime. And then he sees his childhood. We're getting there. We'll try again as many times as it takes. And we see the hands surrounding him. And then this Observer Pod. Super duper long range remote controls made possible thanks to satellite uplinks. UA boasts peak performance even when it's on the fritz. That particular baby informed Midoriya that his gauntlets were finished. It had a crash landing of its own, so I retooled it sturdier than ever. Allow me to assist. Help the injured. Let me know if anyone can't walk on their own. Okay, and we have UA coming down. We have Gentle and Cementos. He's a valued client of mine, so I want to provide excellent service in the days to come. Okay, if I want to provide excellent service in the days to come, I'd better observe him in action. That's the same boy who got my beloved thrown in the slammer, would somehow only help my sweetheart to be even more amazingly, wonderfully stupendous. Shame on those who don't pitch in. Crash landing. Get it to shore. Give us a hand. And we have the business course still filming. What on earth? Now we see the evacuation shelter. Whoa, what is that? A giant clump of hands? Not so fast. Wait, Eddie. And we get cliffhung on Eddie? Man, I got goosebumps again. I'm getting so many chills seeing all of this. Okay. I'm gonna have to pull myself away after one more. Let's read chapter 416. Chapter 416 is titled Wrench It Open, Izuku Midoriya. And we have him going in for his attack again, but Shigaraki's just completely cocooned himself. And now Eddie's running off. Not so fast, says Ectoplasm, but I gotta help Deku. Hundreds of kilometers lie between us and him, or between him and us. I can ride back in the big box, the same way we got here. The battles against Dabi, Makia, and All for One were far more destructive than anticipated, damaging even our evacuation system. A return trip is not possible. But, besides, your rewind energy is not yet replenished. Rushing to see him now would be fruitless. You know this much after meeting with Eraser. Me? I got run over by a dump truck, but don't worry, I'm on the mend. I understand painfully well how you must feel, but all we can do for now is keep the faith. You've got a dream of your own, Eddie? That makes me want to try extra hard myself. She's crying. You know how Midoriya is always about to burst out crying? Oh, Kota. I'm kind of a crybaby just like him, and when I see him fighting so hard, it makes me feel like I gotta take action too. And we see when he and Ippan Jose ran to him. And we see the same shot of this furry girl and this guy wearing an All Might shirt. Say you get to rest here for now. Will we get to go back to our old lives eventually? Oh, and he was the guy who said that? That's hard to remember. And this is crazy looking. Everyone's in this together with me. So yes, we'll bring it all back. And now we have Kaminari and Yaoyorozu, who we haven't seen too much. Monoma, hang in there. Midori has once more adopted that dark form of his. And he's just clawing his way through. Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing him with this panel of him with Black Whip, because he has like his outfit on there where it looks more torn up in this other stuff. Momoyao, in comics and stuff, they got characters who will be like, I believe in my pal, total faith. Usually it's somebody on the sidelines who'd be shouting something like that, like me or Kirishima. I'm sorry to say, I haven't consumed those particular works of fiction. Not much of a shonen reader? Right. Well, Midori is probably like the strongest guy in the world now, so why don't I feel like everything's gonna turn out a-okay? The way All Might used to inspire everyone? And again, I think it should just still be Yaomomo. Does me being all anxious and worried mean I don't got faith in him? And we have a helicopter coming in to where Tsuyu is. Yeah, 'cause we got a girl here who's in serious bad shape. Gravity something or other. I forget her name, that girl from UA. Anyway, the chopper will get her there soon. UA robots are on their way. So what, are we going to do the thing like I mentioned, where I was like, I can see the way we have all the heroes, all these people at all these different areas. Are we eventually going to get everybody together in one place for the finale? Are we going to end up with them all together? Gravity something, I just read that. UA robots are on their way. That gravity girl might not pull through. Hey, we got a live feed of Midoriya. It's looking crazy. And we have Makia, Hawks, and Tokoyami. Forget that. Focus on these folks. Gravity. Right. The one who, if all of us are even a little capable of seeing each other as united as one, then if all of us, he thinks. And now we have, again, just this beastly Izuku clawing through all the fingers summoned to protect Shigaraki. Why'd I follow after Midoriya? We have Rocklock and Nagant. He managed to wrench open my heart. He has this special way of doing it, and there's nothing harder for a villain to bear than that. I mean, sure, beating villains is all about making them lose the will to keep fighting. I bet that's what he's up to right now. He's not merely out to punish evil, like it's also black and white. That boy's dream is taking him down a thornier, more nuanced path. And that look on his face when he's up against the wall and running himself ragged, it makes you want to risk it all to back him up. Man, I'm starting to tear up. And then one person says you can do it. Get the hell away from me! And Shigaraki's trying to hold him back. Stop! Tenko! And his father's crying out. Oh, and he's looking through his fingers like right before he was going to kill him. That's where he's at in his memories. And we have the fist coming, and he enters into Shigaraki's childhood home. The destruction of everything stemming from that house. Man. Incredible work. Again, Horikoshi's been nailing this finale at this point, which is why I don't want to get myself stuck with only one chapter to read at a time. I need at least like 20 minutes. I need at least 20 minutes of stuff to read at a time. So I will hold myself here. I'll stop here. Next time we'll do 17, 18, 19, then 20, 21, and by then 22 should hopefully be out. They're probably on break like One Piece is because of Golden Week right now. Everything's always on break for that. So, yeah. And then I guess I'll be caught up probably at 22. And then do I wait for 23, 24, and 25? Do I wait 3 weeks for all of them to come out? Gosh, just the thought of waiting is killing me. Oh well, I end here. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video. Comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my thoughts and first reaction and all that to them. Subscribe for more Hero Academia, much more on the channel, tons more. If you'd like. So, yeah, subscribe for more. Please, it'd be nice. So many other things, too. There's so many other manga. Please go read some of these other manga. Go watch the reactions to them if you want. But especially, like, I would love it if you read, like, Marriage Toxin and stuff. It's so good. I guess, too, once we're done with Hero Academia, I have so many other manga to get to. So there is that. In the 3-week break, while I'm waiting for 3 new chapters to come out, it's not like I don't have a ton of other manga to read. But yeah, that's where we are. Thank you. If you want to follow on Twitter, follow there. We can talk there. If you want to link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. Ask and I'll give you a link. If you want to help support the channel, drop a super thanks down below if you'd like to help me to keep making videos. But if you want to not just help me to keep making videos, but also get One Piece videos early. If you want to get a shout out at the end of every single video, hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to people who are already patrons and members, as I said. Thank you to Chosen Regular, Evan Holly, Magical Girls, FR Nono and Abyss Knight, Cheriton Students, David Langstaff and Folded Ghoul, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element, Pate Ardialo. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you all next time.